Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So we're surrounded by books, as you can see. You know that means we have a few options. Today's option though is a book recommendation of all these beautiful books. Now, every single book is the start to a series that I have enjoyed. They're all fantasy, romantasy vibes. And you've seen a couple of these on my channel before, some you have not. So we're gonna start with one that I actually just finished, which is Mayhem and the Mortal by Shanora Williams. Loved this book. Also, please look at the end pages. It is a fantasy book. It's the start to a series, and honestly, it ends on a bit of a cliffhanger that's gonna make you want the second book, but I don't know when the second book is coming out. And I actually found Shanora Williams on TikTok. Another one of her book series got recommended, which was a Romantasy series, and I enjoyed it. So when I saw this one was coming out, I said, yeah, sign me up. And honestly, it hooks you from the first page all the way to the last page. One mission, one curse, no escape. Zara doesn't want a hero. She needs a weapon to save her sister from a soul-devouring curse. She has to cross the Shallows, a nightmare landscape of ruined magic, shifting paths, and vicious creatures that eat people alive. Her guide, Thane Valcor, sorcerer, assassin, walking red flag. His name clears rooms. His magic kills quietly. And whatever he's after, it's not salvation. He promises to help. He might even mean it. But Zara knows better than to trust a liar with a blade and ice in his veins. She just doesn't have a choice. So from the start of the book, Zara has like this necklace that was gifted to her from her mom that lets her track her sister. She'll know when her sister is in danger, and it starts to heat up. So immediately she's like, Alora's in danger. I have to go get my sister. So she goes to her place of work. Someone is kind of like, you shouldn't be here. Like, if they know Alora has a sister, you're in danger too. But that's her sister. She's not leaving without any explanation. So the woman helps her to where her sister is. Her sister is being held in a dungeon because she tried to steal from Saffron, which Saffron is like, I forgot what he is. He might be a sorcerer, or I'm thinking of another term, but he does magic and he's feared by all. Everyone kind of knows you don't mess with him. And the sister thought, you know, he has so much stuff. If she stole this crystal, it wouldn't matter. You know, she's trying to take care of Zara too. And come to find out, by doing this, Zara's sister Alora is now cursed, and she has a month. After that month, she's gone. So of course, Zara is like, you know, I need to go on a mission. I need to, you know, figure out some type of way to save my sister. What can I do? Now, in order to go in this mission, she needs some muscle. That is when Thane walks in. He's also kind of feared by people. No one really goes up to him. He has jobs that he does, and that's about it. Not really close relations with anyone. And their first interaction, Thane doesn't really want anything to do with her. But when he hears the name Saffron and how her sister is now cursed, he's a little intrigued, but he doesn't lead on too much of why the name Saffron, you know, caught his attention. So now Zara knows this, but she doesn't know the full backstory. So now Thane is a little hooked in, but he's like, in order to do this, I'm gonna need, you know, double the amount of money and all gold. So Zara now has to figure out how to get this money, because at the end of the day, she's going to do whatever is necessary for her sister. Now they're embarking on this journey together. It's definitely a lot of push and pull. It is a romantasy, which I loved, but they do not like each other. We build on that. Like, I wouldn't say enemies, because it doesn't give enemies. It gives like a dislike, because they don't really know each other. And in most like fantasy books, they're not really trying to get to know each other on the mission. They're just trying to complete the mission. So that's how it starts out at first between Thane and Zara. They're just trying to complete the mission. Zara is worried about her sister only. But as, you know, they go on this mission together, they start to learn some things. Zara learns something about Thane that kind of makes her a little apprehensive, but later gets explained down the line. So, you know, they start to confide in one another, and as they go on this mission, you know, they're put in some precarious situations. We have the one bed trope. Love the one bed trope. And of course, that always builds, you know, a connection. It starts to brew. So it's really good. I really enjoyed it from start to finish. It hooks you in. It's such a good romantasy. It's also a fast-paced romantasy, which I find, you know, the way to go, because the fast pace will keep you interested as opposed to like when it's slow and prolonged. There's no reason. So I'm really excited for the second book. Again, I don't know when it's coming out, but I'm ready to read it. And then on the back, I just want to read this. From this point forward, there's no turning back. I'm going to save Anala or die trying. And my best hope, no, my only hope is this man. So I climb onto the horse's back and stiffen my spine as I accept my fate. Also, I said Allura, her name's Anala. I don't know why. Allura was in my mind. Now, moving on, we're going to do The Rose Bargain by Sasha Peyton Smith. So this is book 1 in a duology, and I actually already read the second book. I got an ARC copy on NetGalley. ARC is advanced reader copy. So the series is over. It was a crazy journey that starts here, to say the least. All right. Also, just appreciation for these end pages. Look how pretty the roses are. Okay. This is another fantasy with some romance elements and some fairies and magic. All right. Vying for the hand of one brother, falling for another. Every citizen of England is granted one bargain from their immortal queen. High society girls are expected to bargain for qualities that will win them suitors. A rare talent for piano in exchange for one's happiest childhood memory. A perfect smile for one's ability to taste. But Ivy's debut season arrives with a twist. A competition to marry the queen's fey son, Prince Bram. It's a prize that could save Ivy's family from ruin and free her older sister from the bargain that destroyed her. Yet every glittering fey deal has a rotting heart. And amidst lavish balls, vicious competitions, and a dangerous alliance with the prince's rakish younger brother, Prince Emmett, Ivy realizes that at the center of this contest lies a dark plot that could destroy all of England, and her heart with it. I don't want to talk too much about this one because I've read the second book, so I know how the series is going to end. Genuinely a crazy ride. There are some moments where it felt like it was dragged out a bit, and then it kind of jumps back on for a good pace. But essentially with this, her sister did a bargain and it kind of just ruined the family a bit, so they don't have the best reputation. Now it's Ivy's turn, and she has the opportunity to, you know, make a better wish, bring the family in a better light, but that's kind of not what's on Ivy's mind. She wants to make things better for her sister. She wants to know what her sister bargained, because when they do these fey bargains, no one gets to know what the bargain is. You say the bargain to the queen and it happens. That's it. So she's kind of trying to figure out what happened for this to cause her sister distress. It casted kind of shame on the family, whole situation. Then you have Prince Bram and Prince Emmett. They are honestly complete opposites. And of course it's presented as Prince Bram is the prize. He is the older brother, whereas Emmett is the younger brother. Now, I will say Ivy has an interaction with Emmett first, but she doesn't really know too much about him, all that situation. And they kind of hit it off, but nothing happens. Because again, the focus is supposed to be on Bram. In order to do what's needed, Bram's gonna help move that along. But she has kind of conflicting feelings because she doesn't know what's happening with Bram, and she knows she has something with Emmett, but at the same time, you know, her sister is at the forefront. Like, what can she do to get the answers for her sisters? That is what she is seeking. So now there is this competition. There are other girls. Some of them are bratty and catty. And again, the shadow was casted on her family. So none of them really, you know, like her or expect her to go far in this competition. So she uses that to her advantage. And while this competition is going on, she kind of forms a little secret plan alliance with Prince Emmett. I'm not going to go into details about that, but they have that going on. So now they're having meetings and so forth. And of course, with all that time together, things start to blossom. But now that this competition is at hand, Prince Bram is what she needs to focus on, but now Emmett is right there. So there's a lot of push and pull between the brothers. I, of course, have my favorite. I'm not going to say who it is. A crazy journey. And also, there are some characters in this book that are not who they appear to be. And when that was revealed, it was a bit of a shocker for me because I didn't see it coming. So it was like, oh, so this was a game from the beginning. So just keep that at the forefront. But it ends on a cliffhanger, and the cliffhanger was crazy. So I was really happy to have the second book so I could jump in right where I left off. And that's exactly what the second book does. It jumps in right where you left off, because when I tell you insane cliffhanger, like, just didn't see that coming. But I, you know, really enjoyed that. I feel like it's a pretty quick read. It's 2 books in the series. I mean, give it a shot. And then also reading the back, when one makes a fairy bargain, one must be prepared to pay the price. All right, moving on to our next book, we have The Wicked Sea by Jordan Stephanie Gray. Love her. Also, look at the metallic edges. And on the front, it says, a bargain sealed in blood, a desire forged in hate. Now, this is an enemies to lovers fantasy. Also, please look, these are our main characters. Yes. A mermaid. And, oh my God, I forgot what he's called, but he has wings. There's correct words for that. Okay. Beneath the sea, a heart beckons. Mermaid Zephyra of the Sill, I think, dreams of freedom. On the run from a dangerous sorcerer after years of torment, she shed her tail, grew legs, and hid herself on land in the marrow-loathing kingdom of Mauritius. She survives by stealing and bartering on the dirty streets until she's arrested and sentenced to death by the brutal warlock Arion Stone. That's what he is, a warlock. Arion is as beautiful as he is cold and deadly, interested solely in executing the Murrow he views as evil. He grew as strong as any warlock might, but great personal cost, which can be remedied only by the heart of the god of death, lost to a fabled kingdom somewhere in the ocean's treacherous depths. Despite his contempt for her, Arion offers Zephyra a deal she can't refuse. Help him find the mystical heart and he'll spare her life. With her life at stake, Zephyra agrees, entangling their souls and forbidden desires in a magical bargain. But Zephyra's past is catching up to her, and the enemy she fled seeks vengeance. If Zephyra and Arion can't learn to fight together and trust each other, a fate worse than death awaits them. Okay, so when I tell you enemies to lovers, they despise each other. So in this world, the Marrow are essentially, mermaids, and everyone hates them. There has been, stories passed down that their gods, the human and fae gods and the Marrow gods, there was a fight. And the mermaid god did the humans and fae gods wrong. So they do not like the Marrow. And Zephyra knows this when she goes on land. But she's running from danger that was in the ocean. So she's like, the only option I have here is to go on land and pretend, to be human, to be a fae. And she does it for a while. She, you know, kind of blends in. She finds this crew, but she's not really locked in with the crew. They've always kind of put her on the outside. And when push comes to shove, she gets in the sticky situation where the crew is left in harm's way and she gets out. With her getting out, it leads to her being captured. And they immediately accuse her of being a Mara. They say, oh, you know, your pink hair, you've done some sketchy things. She tries to play it off and say, oh, you know, my pink hair, I dyed it from berries. They're like, lies, blasphemy. That's not the truth. And before all of this, you know, she was captured by Arion, and Arion's people hate Mara. It's just a long-standing thing. And she's trying to like reason with him. He's not trying to hear it. He's like, I've killed thousands of Mara. I'll kill you too. Like, there is no bargaining for us. And as she's about to get executed in front of these people, because she stands trial, she's found guilty, so forth, she kind of says yes to a deal that Arion put into motion, but she was never going to agree to it. Because he has wings, he flies her out. She's now safe from this execution, but now both of them are wanted and on the run. And of course she tries to escape from him, because how could Zephyr not? That's in her nature. With this being said, Arion saves her, and when a human or a fae saves a mermaid, their souls are tied together and can only be undone when the debt is repaid. So now they are literally tied together. If one of them dies, the other one dies. And of course, Zephyr is not trying to die. She just did everything she could to get out of this execution. She's been running her entire life. So they're essentially forced to go on this journey together now to get this heart. With this heart, it can help Arion. He needs it for reasons I'm not going to explain right now because it might spoil too much. And for Zephyr, she might be the only one to help him figure out where it is, because the story of this heart has also been passed down with the mermaids, and there's a little problem of where the heart might be found in the ocean. And obviously for Arion, he does not know the ocean. Zephyr does. So now they're forced in this partnership together that neither of them wanted, but they're stuck. And of course their souls are tied, so they have to work together. There is no other option. And when I tell y'all enemies to lovers, they genuinely despise each other at the start of this book, because they just don't understand one another. And I will say, Zephyr does try to tell Arion at the beginning what the mermaids know of the rivalry between the gods, and Arion's like, that's a lie. That's not, you know, what we know up here. And so at the start, you're trying to figure out which story is the truth. You do find out what story is the truth towards the end of the book. And I saw some of it coming, but there is a little plot twist at the end that I did not see coming. And honestly, you go on this journey. There is action, there is romance, chef's kiss. Love it all. I flew through this book. It was so good. Loved it. And I'm also gonna read the back. He might kill me over this. He might kill us both over this. I stare back at him, my thoughts spiraling as the cord sparkles between us. An ever-present reminder that I can't outrun him. Your blood is my blood. The only way I'll earn true freedom is if I save his life and repay the debt. Then I can flee, or I can kill him. But until then, we have no other choice. We are as one. All right. Now we're going to our last book. This is The Wolf King by Lauren Palphreyman. I'm so sorry if I butchered your name. This is book 1 in a trilogy. I've read book 1, really enjoyed it. I have book 2. Book 3 is coming out sometime this year. Y'all, the books are good. If you couldn't tell, this is a werewolf fantasy. I really enjoyed it. I was hooked from the first page on this one. It's kind of thick, but I promise it's worth it. Okay. When war erupts between humans and werewolves, a princess finds herself torn between duty and desire. On the eve of her wedding, Princess Aurora catches the eye of a powerful alpha, Callum. Believing she's the key to ending a brutal war, Callum kidnaps Aurora, whisking her away to the rugged lands north of the border. There, a forbidden attraction starts to grow. Just as Aurora learns, not all wolves are bad. Callum discovers that she is in danger from those closest to him. With monsters on both sides, a bloodthirsty war between humans and wolves raging, an undeniable passion growing between them. Will their story end in love or tragedy? And will Aurora ever get home? Does she even want to? Okay, so in this world, the wolves and the humans, they're at war. They have like cordial interactions, but that's kind of it. Now, during one of their cordial interactions, Callum spots Aurora and he's like, I gotta have her. So what does he do? Naturally, he kidnaps her. So that, of course, causes a lot of discourse. But he kind of feels this pull to her, feels like he needs to be with her. There could be something there. It's not like an instant attraction. I definitely think it builds. They're kind of hesitant at first. I think Callum has, more into this than Aurora does, because she's kind of like, what's going on here? And of course she has a duty to her people, but now as she's spending more time getting to know Callum, she's like, maybe wolves aren't bad. At least this wolf, Callum, isn't bad. But now that, she's been kidnapped with Callum, the humans and the wolves are still at war, something shady is going down, and Aurora seems to be at the center of it. Now her life is in danger. It was, at least the humans thought her life was in danger being, kidnapped with Callum, but that was not the case. Like at least to me, he was never really gonna hurt her. But the humans didn't know that. But there are some wolves that want to hurt her. And of course, Callum is immediately, I'm not trying to let that happen, but they don't know who they can trust and who they can't trust. There is another guy that gets introduced, and I know some people are like, are all of them gonna get together? Is she gonna choose one? What is it gonna look like? I'm Team Callum. Again, I haven't read the second book yet, so I don't know how this relationship progresses or does not progress with this other guy. I don't know what's going on. I personally, I don't love triangles. The straight and narrow, or everyone's together. I don't like a love triangle. So I'm hoping this series won't go in the direction of a love triangle. I guess I'm gonna find out when I read the second book, where it's gonna go, and then we'll see when the third book comes out what the outcome is gonna be. But right now, I'm Team Callum. When they build that trust and that connection, Aurora and Callum are great together, and Aurora realizes that she can have a life with Callum. Obviously, there's a lot going on into that, but she starts to question, like, does she even want to go back with the humans, or would she like to stay with Callum and the wolves? And again, at this point, not all of the wolves are accepting Aurora as a human, because again, the humans and the wolves have been at war. They are cordial with each other to get some things done, but that is about it. So for a human and a wolf to be in a relationship is kind of out of pocket. So there is some drama and some tension around there, but Callum and Aurora have this undeniable chemistry. They have this romance together. It's going great. But now they're kind of facing a lot from both ends, the humans and the wolves, and now they have to get somewhere safe. And that's a whole journey that you're going on through this book. The tension, the build, the chemistry, the romance. I'm here for it. Really enjoyed this book, flew through it. So I am excited for the second book. And of course, I'll be reading the third book as well. I love a good, werewolf romance book when it's done right. And I feel like this one has been. Also read the back. I want to mark you as mine, and I can think of countless ways I would do it. Countless ill-advised, highly pleasurable ways I would do it. There we have it. So that was my last book that I was going to recommend, but these are all fantasy romance books, start of the series. that you should read, that I enjoyed, that I hope you would enjoy. If you have any fantasy, romantasy recommendations, please drop them in the comments below, because I'm pretty open. I love to read fantasy, romance, a little bit of mystery here and there, but fantasy and romance is where I like to stay personally. So yeah, hopefully you give these books a try. Some of them, they just came out, so the next books in the series are still a ways to go, and then some of these are currently completed series. So give them a try, read them, let me know your thoughts. But that's the end of the video. I will see y'all in the next video, whatever that's gonna be. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more, please hit the subscribe button down below. Peace and blessings, my loves.